Hello everyone, NIO here. This is a brand new cafe I'm visiting. Today we're gonna make an extremely serious video about the NIO over $5 per share, but give you guys an idea of the pricing and the atmosphere of the place here. This is my very first time visiting this cafe, so I don't know exactly how good or how bad it is, but the price is very reasonable. It's about a US 1.3, 1.4 US dollar for this coffee, for this environment. You guys get the idea? Okay, before we get into the seriousness of the business, let's try the coffee first. Okay, very dark roast, very dark roast. The color is very dark, the taste very dark. It's wood, dark wood, almost burnt barrel taste. Honestly, it's not my favorite, but I can imagine a lot of people like this taste because it has the charcoal. It's almost like charcoal. Yeah, pure charcoal. It's like drinking charcoal. And I might be able to compensate a little bit by putting something else into it, like this thing here. This is very good for health. So maybe I just do that. Let's see if it can improve the taste. You guys can see I put this one in here. This is unorthodox, but let's give it a try. It should significantly change the taste and make it healthier too. Yeah, no longer coffee basically. Okay, let's be serious. Let's talk about NIO. I have a lot of people in the comment section asking me how do I know what's going to happen with the market and so on and so forth. The truth is, if you have been trading markets for 30 plus years, you get a sixth sense for everything what's happened. And in the past, before we cross over the $5 conclusively, we have not done that yet, actually. Right now, we closed about 5. We traded a lot of volume. About 100 million shares got traded almost above the high $5 mark. But the share has not truly conquered the $5 mark yet. Because if I'm the short side, I will try to push everybody back into the ocean, so to speak. If we use the Normandy landing term, they were going to try last effort to push everybody back into the ocean, back on the boats, so that you had to regather the forces and try land one more time at the $5 beach. And this is going to be difficult task for the short side because we have taken the $5 for at least one full trading day, and actually the speed at which we went from 450 to 530 almost, it is one of the fastest we have seen so far. And the momentum, if we get this continuous gather momentum in the secondary market, in the derivatives market, then it is very likely that we're going to cross 550, then 650 in an extremely short period of time. But I'm not going to provide any trading advice here, nor timing advice. That is not my job. My job is to direct everybody to focus on the big goal, which is the 100 US dollar per NIO shares. $100 per share is now so inevitable that everything I do right now, I'm documenting on YouTube. Like I'm coming to Laos, I'm doing different things every day, meeting different people. You need to understand why I'm doing all this. It's because for me, the $100 per share for the NIO is already a reality. The only difference is timing. It takes 1 year to 2 years until we get there, but I must be ready with my next investment when we get to 100 US dollar NIO. And you can't just basically switch from one investment to another overnight without doing due diligence, right? And I came to this country purely to do due diligence on the entire country, on the society, on the people, on the economy, everything. Like even the fact that I'm here at this coffee shop, this is all part of the due diligence because this is a chain store, I believe. I've seen this brand somewhere else a few times. It looks very successful and they're selling everything at a very reasonable price. And the decoration looks very nice. Reminds me of the French colonial style, modern. So it's a very nice environment to be in for such a low price. I'm pretty sure in your country you pay far more than $1.30 US for a cup of coffee like this with such an environment, right? And this is one of the reasons I come to the country to do due diligence. But for the investment I'm gonna make after I cash out successfully NIO at a much higher price, anywhere between 100 to 300 US dollar per share. That's my guess. I'm not promising everybody I'm only selling at 300, but I'm just saying that for me, 100 US dollar per share is the starting point where I'm willing to sell my shares. So 100 US dollar per share is the minimum price target I have for this investment. And my YouTube video is geared towards everyone who wants to participate in this mission. And I really literally mean everybody, because this movement right now, we're only 2,500 strong, committed ones, but there's about 7,000 investors who are watching us every single day. But we want to get to 100,000 first, then to 1 million. Then when we have enough subscribers who all participate in the same movement, then it's just a matter of time until we take out the 100 US dollar per share. Based on historical situation with similar events, like what happened to other share companies, most likely we're going to reach 100 US dollar. From 50 to 100 it probably takes 3 to 6 months. But from 5 to 10 would take just as much time as from 50 to 100. So this is something you have to understand, that share price does not move the way you think it moves. It does not follow the chart pattern. It does not just do what you want it to do. Instead, everything in this market happens only according to the wishes of the big players in this market. The big players. I'm here publicly representing the big players on the long side. And I let the short side decide how many people are behind me. Besides the 2,500 subscribers, there's a lot more money behind me than just the 2,500 subscribers. I'm just the public face of the long side. And as the public face of the long side, I'm just telling the short side very simply, you can withdraw, you can go find another target, or you can get slaughtered to 100 US dollar per share. Your choice, not mine. Your choice. Or you can join the long side, flip it around. There's no reason why you only stay on the short side. If you're a hedge fund, you can switch, turn it around. You can short Tesla. You need a short position to hedge yourself, short Tesla. You need the Chinese to short BYD, for example. You don't need to only short NIO. NIO on the long side, the potential is so big that it is suicidal for you to short NIO, continues to short NIO. And you have seen in the last 3 months what can happen to your short position. And you have seen what can happen last night to your short position. So just keep in mind, the long side has time on their side. The long side has the depreciation of the US dollar on their side. The long side has the printing press of every single central banks on their side. What do you have on your short side? On the short side, you only have psychological pressure on the long side to sell whenever you trigger the stop losses. That's all you have. That is literally all you have. Yeah. Because in this particular game, at the table of NIO, fundamentals do not matter. You know it does not matter. I know it does not matter. Let's not pretend it matters. Okay? Now back to the long side, my fellow soldiers, commanders, comrades in this mission. We have yesterday night taken out the most important line in the sand for the short side, because this is similar to an arm wrestling competition. There's a breaking point when you do arm wrestling. Once you break the opponents, he's broken. He's not coming back. here just keep going down. So the same thing happens in the long short battle in NIO. We just broke the short side at the $5 mark. The next mark, it literally does not matter where it is. It can be at $7, can be at $10, can be at $20. Does not matter. What matters is the same force that broke the shares up to the $5 is exactly the same force will break the shares above 10, then about 20, then about 40, then about 100. It's exactly the same force. What is that force? That force is basic demand and supply. The amount of demand for the share of NIO is going to go up exponentially. The supply of the share will dwindle exponentially downwards. And the reason I've explained in many other videos before, let me summarize the video in this video one more time. What is the reason? When you have enough shareholders like us who now understand the importance of holding together, not selling, not using stop loss, stay calm, drink your coffee or tea, and just watch the thing from the sideline whenever your price target has not been met, just diminish the supply of share in the market dramatically. At the same time, the demand side is going to go up exponentially because the shorts must cover. That's the number one buyer. Then you have institutional investors is going to buy now because they see, oh, $5 has broken. We are no longer in the penny stocks territory, and we are above 10 billion US dollar market cap. We're definitely in the large cap category. From 10 billion, we can go to 500 billion to a trillion very easily because this happened to many other similar companies before. And trading volume is going up consistently. That means liquidity is there. Short-term volatility is high, which attracts a lot of short-term traders. Long or short does not matter, which by itself creates liquidity and ability to attract even larger money. If you combine all this together, the short side is going to be so overwhelmed in such a short period of time. Any smart short is going to start covering aggressively. Let me repeat one more time. If you are a short fund, the best advice I can give you is start covering now aggressively, because you have watched me now for long enough. You have seen the action in the market long enough. You know I'm not a bluffing person. You know everything what I'm talking about will come to true reality. And the reason it comes to reality is not because I have some kind of crystal ball in my back pocket. It is because I know certain information you don't know as a short. And what that information is, I leave this to your imagination. Okay? I don't just randomly predict anything. I make things happen. So to summarize it, congratulations to the longs. We have taken out the $5 mark. The shorts will try to push it back down again from time to time. Never ever have a stop loss below 5. Don't let somebody scare you out of the situation. Don't think that you can basically picking up pennies in front of a steamroller, as we say in the tradition of the Wall Street. Just let it ride. Just let it ride. The biggest profits in the history of investing was always made when you let the profit ride. Most of the people watching my channel now have an average buying price below $5, I think. And because of that, theoretically, everybody's in profit. Now, for the new investors who have never gone through this process before, your temptation is very high to cash in your profit, thinking you don't want to lose what you already gained. Then you watch the price go up and down every day. You think, oh, I could have just sold at a high at 523. I can buy back at 520. I'll make extra 20 cents. That's the valid thinking if you don't know how markets work, because you are looking backwards. If you look forwards, you have no bloody idea what's going to happen. Let me just tell you, tomorrow we can be at $10. Tomorrow we can also be at $4. Regardless what is the outcome, you as the individual investor has a very low chance of predicting the movement precisely without the appropriate information. That is not available to you, and it will never be available to you. So the only thing you can do right now is just follow my very simple instruction. Hold your line, don't have stop loss, keep going, And if you want to buy more, buy above $5. Always buy above $5 because that's the only way you show to the market through your action that $5 now is the bottom. You are willing to buy above five because you think five is the bottom. Simple as that. If you think five is the ceiling, you are not going to be buy at above five. Therefore, anyone who buy above five is signaling to the market that saying, I believe $5 is the bottom now. This is the entire reason why I keep telling everybody you want to buy, wait until it clears $5. And if you want to be safer with this investment, guess what? Wait until $7. Buy at 7, NIO is a safer investment than at 5. At 5 is a safer investment at 350. When I was buying my shares below $4, I was taking a lot more risk than you guys taking when you are buying above 5. Because the people like me who bought it at 350 caused the share price to dry up, the share supply to dry up, and then enable the price to be able to go to 5. So the people who buy at 5 benefits directly from people who bought at 350. But if you didn't wait, the price might have collapsed down back again if we didn't have enough buying power collected. But luckily, or certainly not just luck, is also the inevitable outcome of market action. We are now above 5, and it is extremely difficult now for the share price to go below 5 for a consistent basis for more than 3 days now. Because any short who spend money to short the share price down below $5 is going to cover as much as possible physical share and return those shares below 5. That's the only purpose why they will push the share price down. But as soon as the price goes below 5, they try to cover. There are not enough shares available. The price will jump back up again. That's the reason the $5 now is the new floor we need to defend. $5 is not going to be the war we have to defend successfully. Then the monkeys will not be able to invade the space above $5. And very soon, the monkeys trading below $5 will scatter. They go somewhere else, find a different battle, and then it's blue sky for NIO. Then finally, only when we maybe clear $20 per share, $30 per share, then the fundamental matters. Right now, don't even bother with delivery number of Envo L90 or whatever model they're going to release. Completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Does not matter whatsoever. Trust me on that. So right now, focus on accumulating as many shares as possible above 5. And here's my aggressive suggestion to you guys. For the young guys out there who have no idea how to make the next $1 million, don't borrow money, but scrap enough money together that you have everything available to you. Put everything into this one stock. This is the most important advice I have for the youngsters among us. Below 25, if you're below 25, you want to make $1 million by the age of 26, 27. Get as much cash as possible, convert it into NIO shares, and hold them, and hold on to your dear life. The HODL strategy. The HODL strategy. Don't sell until we reach 100 US dollars. Then you have your first pot of gold. Okay, I hope you like this video. I'm gonna make more maybe in 3-4 days time because I'm busy. Right now I have a physical visit to many different businesses. I'm looking at everything possible under the sun here in Laos. And so far everything I discover are amazing investment gems. I might or might not make videos about it because this is a new channel, so I'm not gonna pollute my own content. All I can say is if everything works out, I'm going to invest significant amount of money here in Laos. This decision I already made because this is an amazing country that has great potential. I dare to say this might be the next Switzerland. That's all I can say. This might be the Switzerland of Asia. What that means, I'll explain in another video. How much money do I want to put into this country? I'll give you a hint. When NIO goes to $100 per share, I will be able to invest a lot of money in this country. Okay, closing shot. Give you guys an idea how the shop looks like. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next video. Like and subscribe.